Okay, class, it is time for another educational piece. Today, we are going to be talking about salt and the myth that salt causes dehydration. Salt does not cause dehydration, and we're going to go into that right now. So, why do people even associate that salt causes dehydration? Well, one thing is that they feel thirsty after eating salty food. They might have swelling or water retention from salt. And there's health advice out there that's telling them to cut down on sodium. So people assume that salt is pulling water out of their body and it's making them dehydrated. But that's not what's happening. So let's go into this here. First of all, salt does not dehydrate you, okay? What it does is it increases osmolarity, which is salt concentration of your blood. So, how much salt is in your blood, right? You have a saltier blood, and since it's saltier than it should be, your your brain, your body is going to balance this out by triggering your brain. First of all, it triggers thirst to drink more water. So you're going to drink more water. Next, your kidneys conserve water. Those are the two basic functions that your body's going to do when it has saltier blood than normal, right? It's going to trigger you to be thirsty and to drink more water, and your kidneys are going to conserve water. Now, salt makes you thirsty. It doesn't make you dehydrated. Your body is responding to the salt by conserving water, not by losing it. Okay. So you're not actually dehydrated from it. So why do people think it's dehydrating? First of all, they're confusing thirst with dehydration. They're feeling thirsty and they're thinking that that means that they're dehydrated. Salt makes you thirsty because your body is trying to reestablish that balance, but it has not made you dehydrated. Confusing water retention with dehydration. Yes, you can retain water, as I specified already earlier, from eating salt. So people think that, right? That it's causing dehydration, but it's really just water that's being, stored in your body and your kidneys. Okay. So someone eats a lot of salt, water moves into their tissues, less stays inside the cells. They feel dry or tight, even through total body water, even though their total body water is the same or even higher than what it was before. People interpret that as dehydration, but they are not actually dehydrated. So here's an interesting thing. Salt can actually contribute to dehydration. Here's how. You eat huge amounts of salt with no water. You do not drink any water. You're going to get to a point your kidneys can only excrete so much salt at once, and you're going to have that problem of some dehydration starting to kick in. Now, the opposite can be a problem too. Okay. Too little salt can cause dehydration because you can't hold on to the water. So you need to keep that in mind as well. All right. Here's the fun fact though. If you are low carb or carnivore like me, you actually need more salt. And this is because of really three things. First of all, is your insulin is low. Second, your kidneys excrete more sodium. So you're getting rid of more sodium. And three, you lose water faster. Now, especially when you're first starting low carb or carnivore, that happens. That's why people talk a lot about electrolytes. You need to make sure your electrolytes are in check. Salt is one of the biggest things, the sodium, I should say, really. But salt consists of sodium and chloride, which are both, electrolytes that are needed in your body. And it's a good way to get more sodium into your body when you're excreting more sodium faster and so forth when you first start. As you continue on carnivore, low carb, keto, whatever it is, it's not going to be quite as bad, but you still, because of your low insulin levels, because that your kidneys are excreting more sodium, you're still going to be losing water faster than if you're eating carbohydrates, particularly a lot of carbohydrates, because they tend to make your kidneys store water more. So salt helps prevent dehydration on a carnivore diet, not cause it. And that is the main lesson today. I hope you all got that lesson. If you need to rewatch the video again, pass this video on to anybody out there that you know that you think will benefit from it as well. And class, be ready for the next educational video that'll be coming out soon.